What's up, fellow General Hospital viewers? I am behind 3 episodes to review today. I'm only going to talk about the things that have been interesting me in these past 3 episodes because overall, y'all have known my feelings lately these past few weeks. I feel like the writing on this show has really hurt almost every single storyline they have going on right now. But let's talk about some of the interesting things. We had Dante discussing Sidwell's escape and if it could have been someone on the inside. I don't expect Dante to put two and two together that there was only one person working on getting Sidwell to prison, and it was Nathan. Meanwhile, Fitzpatrick brought in a victim who was hurt. Was that victim too hurt? Not a victim, I guess, but somebody he arrested, but it kind of was a victim because the person was hurt. Was it police brutality? That's what Lucas maybe suspected at one point. They do seem to want to make Fitzpatrick to not only be by the book, but also harsh. I don't know what storyline they're going for with Fitzpatrick, but this show does not take chances. So I don't expect some police brutality storyline. He was talking to Lucas about Britt's injections and the saline. Would it do anything? Not sure what that was about unless the drug that she's injecting herself isn't a real drug and she doesn't really have her disease, but like why does she seem sick while she's on the run? I don't care though, because it's Britt. Lucy then met with Fitzpatrick in yesterday's episode to talk about the other driver in the crash that Brooklyn is trying to set up Willow. So Lucy was throwing Willow under the bus for being out driving that night. Let Fitzpatrick know about Willow's scandalous past since he is new and doesn't know all these things. Then Lucy went to Brooklyn and told her that the seeds were planted. And apparently Brooklyn's man was able to change the logs in Willow's car to put her on the road that night. Best thing about these scenes is Lucy then asked for her compensation for working for Brooklyn. That's the Lucy Co. that I know. We had some Rick and Sunny scenes a couple episodes ago. Rick was kind of upset that he was out of the loop in the Sunny and Laura and Lucas plot to take down Sidwell. Sunny reassured Rick that when Sunny makes a decision, he can't always involve Rick. And when he doesn't, Rick just has to trust him. I still like that Sunny and Rick are getting along. But, a few weeks back when Sunny was being ridiculous with Rick and almost killed him, or had him killed, that was annoying. And I still don't feel like Rick is getting the brotherly Sunny lately. There's been a change in their relationship over the past couple months from when I first started back watching the show again. And I kind of get it because Rick is the one in the past always trying to take down Sunny. But Sunny's been the annoying one this go round. Ezra, Laura, and Jordan were happy about Sidwell's downfall. But Sidwell came out of hiding, being on the run as a fugitive, to see Ezra. Sidwell won't let Ezra turn him in. He won't leave empty-handed with his project. And he has scores to settle with Sunny, Laura, and Lucas. And he wants Ezra's help. So Ezra's still kind of under Sidwell's thumb. They have really ran out with the Sidwell stuff. He's been a cartoon villain the whole time. I've been saying this the whole time. His entire storyline is so plot-driven, though. So to see Ezra back under his thumb, even though Sidwell's on the run, Sidwell's going to be in Port Charles, much like Valentin. Nobody's going to be able to find him. We just did this with Valentin, and it's ending with Valentin being on the run and then maybe turning himself back in. So now we're just going to repeat that story with Sidwell. These writers, they have ran out of ideas right now. You can really tell in all of the stories. Sidwell then visited Willow and Drew yesterday. Willow says he can't be there because he's a fugitive. He was being a smartass, saying she knows how it feels to be wanted for attempted murder, saying that police won't look for him in a congresswoman's house, so he wants to stay at Willow's for a few days because he won't let his so-called partner, Colum, reap the benefits of this project that he's been involved with for so long. And Sidwell still wants to find out who killed his son, I guess not realizing still that it's one and the same with Colum. Sidwell threatening Willow that he still has blackmail on Willow and says this arrangement doesn't have to be adversarial and they can help each other. So now Sidwell's going. It's literally the exact same storyline with Valentin. Valentin was a fugitive staying at Carly's. Sidwell now a fugitive, gonna stay at Willow's. Out of ideas, and it's just a storyline that just ended. It's like one story ended, and now we're starting the same storyline with other people. It's big thumbs down with writing for me. Then Chase arrived at the end of yesterday's episode, having to turn down the job offer from Willow. One of the better things over these past few episodes has been Trina finally standing up for herself with her annoying ass parents. Trina telling Ava about the Portia and Curtis argument and her being sick of it. Meanwhile, Curtis and Portia were talking about their animosity and how it's been taking precedence over Trina and the baby. They were coming up with some plans on how to do better when Trina arrived, and Trina wanted to be clear with Curtis and Portia. Even though at first, in yesterday's episode, when Trina was trying to break down her feelings, annoying ass Curtis kept interrupting her again. I'm so sick of Baldy on the show. I really am. They've written him as the most annoying person these past few months. Trina was saying she has put their lives and drama first to the detriment of herself and won't do it anymore. And it's like, finally the writers letting Trina grow up. They tried to apologize, but she said she would always intervene when they were yelling at each other. And then the other day they were yelling at each other again. Portia said that she was glad Curtis didn't raise Trina. And she said that's when the truth hit her. It's not her job to fix their relationship. And she's done trying. She said she loves them, but she needs more distance, so she left. I am glad to see Trina stand up for herself and put her own life ahead of these two idiots. Curtis and Portia then talked to each other after Trina left about how they have to do better for this baby. But Curtis's brain is going to have to grow in order for that to happen first. And right now, Curtis is a very dumb individual on this show. One of the main storylines has been Rocco and Britt. We finally got to see them over the past few episodes. They're in the Virgin Islands on the run. Rocco saying he doesn't have any regrets coming with her. But as Britt was being weak and sick, Rocco ended up calling Charlotte, who was with Danny at the time, saying he needs their help. When Britt was asleep and not looking well and looking rough, he was having this conversation, but she also needed him to go grab stuff to help her. Charlotte and Danny ended up telling Cassius the information that Rocco gave them and how Rocco called and where he is. So not so Nathan, aka Cassius, did go to Lulu and Dante yesterday with the info on Rocco and Britt, saying he knows where they are, even though he didn't want to give up his source who let them know where Rocco is. Dante was getting frustrated with Nathan not giving this information. Once again, if Dante was a better cop, maybe he could put two and two together about how shady and weird Nathan has been being, and that he was the only one with Sidwell when Sidwell escaped, and if it was a job on the inside, wonder who it could be who helped Sidwell escape. But Dante questioned Nathan if he helped Britt take their son and escape. They questioned if Nathan is doing this what's best for Rocco or protecting his sister. And Nathan said he's going to give them the information of exactly where Britt and Rocco are, but he needs them to let Britt walk away and go get Rocco and then just leave. We'll see if Dante and Lulu, or just Dante, are able to do that with Rocco. That was at least kind of dramatic, but overall, most of these storylines are definitely off the rails for me with the plot-driven writing, like I feel like I've been saying for weeks now. The Trina stuff was actually the high point for me because it was very necessary for the Trina character to finally do that. I will say I feel like it's the Sidwell stuff that's irking me the most, and we didn't get enough of the Willow, Chase, and Brook, Lynn storyline these past few episodes. Like, they were in it, but nothing really dramatic happened. Willow was more so dealing with Drew and Sidwell now. And Brooklyn has been having boring conversations for quite a few episodes. But it was nice to see Lucy needing her compensation. So that's it for now. I will be back when I can to discuss future episodes of this show, but I do need the storylines to get better, and just the show overall needs to get more interesting.